Alright, gas tank, as you can tell, is under the seat in this one. Most of them are. Let's see how much gas we've got. You laugh, but we have, what's that say? 5.5 gallons? Something like that. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the most famous YouTuber in the world that no one has ever heard of. I thought I'd do a short little video on how to prep a Model T for a little road trip, get it ready to go down the road. And then we're gonna see if it actually goes down the road properly, and if that grabbing, lurching, jumping forward issue has been resolved. So first thing you want to do is you want to check the oil. And in my case, there isn't any on the ground, and it hasn't moved since I filled it, just to the driveway and back, so that's good. Second thing you want to check is to make sure that there's coolant in it, because if you don't have any of that, it's going to be a short trip. Sorry, I'm screwing that. Not even focused where my camera was aimed. I don't know if you can see this or not. It's kind of hard to film, but you want it right where it is. It is, I can see it with my eye, but I can't really get a good view of the camera. It is just covering the core, so it's down about to here onto that plate, which is fine. It leaves a little bit of room for expansion, which is what you want, because if you don't, it'll come up, it'll bubble over, it'll pour on the ground, and then at the end of your trip, after it's cooled down again, it will be at that level. So we're good there. Okay, this is the left-handed cap screw and fine thread. There we go. Good grief. This is an accessory. They call it a motometer. It's got the Ford script on the front. Apparently the gas gets moved on this one. And on the back, let's just turn it around and show you. Make things complicated. On the back, it's got a thermometer. You can't see any red in it now because it's cold, but it'll come up. And when it gets up into the window, you start wondering if it's going to boil over. I lost my little airplane. I had an airplane that went on the top of this. I can't find it anywhere. I took it off when I sold the car. Packed it up safe because I wanted to keep it because it's one of a kind. Gone. Got the car back. Lost the airplane. Alright, we're going to go hopefully make an errand to the storage facility. I need a couple of lag bolts to move some logs. The battery should be up. The other thing you want to do is you want to check your tires. And I can tell by looking that these are properly inflated. Plus I just put air in them a couple of weeks to make sure. A couple weeks ago. Let's see, I got my wallet. Don't need any keys. I got what I need going to storage. I need to bring something back from storage. I need to pay the storage lady. And hopefully make it home without breaking down. Put it in neutral, just in case. I think that's, yeah, that's neutral. Step on the starter. Let's see if it goes. Close. Alright, wheel it back. Will it kick me? I don't really see. See what happens. It's also stone cold, so we made it all the way out of the car. Oh, I thought I was going to do it right there. It almost did it right there. It started to grab. But it didn't. And it did. Okay, well. I want to wipe it off anyway. Wipe that dirt off, it looks horrible. Well, I thought it was going to grab out of the garage. Well, we made it further than we ever have, so it is a plus. Let me knock the dust off this thing, because it is absolutely, I mean, it's bad enough that the paint's crap, but look at where I swiped. Let me knock this off and then we'll try again. Okay, I think it looks a whole lot better. And if you come way back and turn off the lights, it looks really good. Alright, gas tank, as you can tell, is under the seat in this one. Most of them are. Let's see how much gas we've got. You laugh, but we have, what's that say? 5.5 gallons? Something like that. That should be enough for a 4-mile trip. This is I think it's the same thread as the radiator. It is a pain to get back. Seriously? This truck is real, people. I had to epoxy this. It was leaking a little bit. It wasn't leaking out. There's a vent in the top. I think it's in one of these ears. But it was leaking, sloshing out around the top, so I epoxied it, and it's still dry, but it's discolored now. Alright. This requires 2 hands. I've got sound Dynamat on the bottom. That weighs a ton, so I need 2 hands to put the seat back in. After that, we will make attempt number 3 to leave the yard. Now there's 2 of them in my way. Lovely. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to do that on a corner in a car I don't know if it's gonna stall or not. Alright, tour of the car. 4-door, Canadian. It has the square bolts, flathead screws. There's a nail that probably shouldn't be there, or should be covered up with something. I've got buggy headlights on it because I wanted to drive it at night, and there was no way to focus the stock ones. This blew out somewhere between here and Indiana on a trailer. I have taken somebody put earlier cowl lights on it, and I didn't like them, so I took them off. The doors are all wooden framed. Body is all, that's all wood. That's metal. There might be wood behind it. I think there is. There's the switch for the dome light. These windows only go halfway down, but it makes a huge difference. This feels like an open car with a shade over it, going down the road with all the windows down. The back window in this vehicle does not go down. Say hi to Garfield. I do have dyna beads in it. I used to be a dyna bead dealer. For those of you that don't know what they are balancing beads. I think they were developed for motorcycles and semi-trucks, but they're in the tube in there, and they're as good or better than taking your car to a shop and having them put them on that computerized balance machine, sticking weights to it. There's no place to put weights on these. So that wrinkle in the fender was there when I got it. The condition of the paint is not how I got it. Actually, it looked really good when I bought it. This is the interior door release, window crank. That is a strap off a Jeep. There's the button I was telling you about. Yeah, I think it pushes in. Yep. Pushes in. I wrapped some rubber band around it because it kept going in on its own. At night, those shades, that shade is an absolute must. Have to put it down at night. You cannot see out of this to save your life because of the flat windshield. Every car behind you, this turns into a mirror at night. We still got a guess on how long it's going to take those. Now that's a new dent that I did not put in it. Somebody's pushed on the back of this fender. I'm just giving it a little womp womp. Buckled that out. Get a guess how long it's going to take those trash trucks to get to the end of the road. It's about maybe 2 miles to the end of it, where I think they're going to turn off. Because I know the next street over, trash day was yesterday. The roof is in excellent condition. Could use a coat of wax. Yes, they make top wax for convertibles. This track has popped out with age. It didn't leak. I had this in one hellacious downpour out in Indiana back in 2008, and the next morning the campground was full of Model Ts. The next morning I couldn't see. I had a camper similar to that one, and I had this parked right as close to the front as you could sideways. Get up in the middle of the night and it was lightning. I bet you there was 3 strikes a second and lightning in that area. It hit the campground pump house and electric and all that. And I went where that sheet is inside, and I leaned up against the windshield, and I'm trying to see if the car is okay. I could not see this car through the wall of water in front of us. We got up the next morning, and I went out thinking, oh boy, there wasn't a drop. There wasn't a single drop of water inside this car. And we all piled into it. There was 5 of us at the time. My wife at the time, and 3 children in the back seat, and a cooler on the floor. So the little one had a footrest in the middle. And we started to tour around the campground. We had nothing to do for a couple hours. And we're going around and we're watching all the other Model T people wringing out their seat cushions, taking the coil box off the firewall and dumping the water out of it. It was something. Yeah, this was the only dry one in the entire campground, and there was 1,000 at the event, so probably 100, 150 Model Ts in that campground. And it is never quiet here. Oh, this little thing is the air conditioning. Check it out. There's all my wiring in there. So if you get a little hot and the windows ain't doing it for you, or you want a little upskirt action, I forgot which way to push it. I better turn that off for now. I want that to last the whole trip. These are the original bands, not off a Jeep, and these are just about done. That one is done. I gotta get some more. That one's original. This is the only one that I replaced with the Jeep. I think the door opened and hit the fender and made me mad, so I put an aftermarket strap on it. There's the pedal that I stomp on every time I start this thing. You see, you may see my left leg move, and I'm not turning a key or anything to start it. That's what I'm doing, pushing that pedal down. Attempt number 3. Uh-oh. going up a little. I should throw my jump pack in here. Brake on. Alright, well, it's going to be attempt number 4 in a second here. I'm going to go get my jump pack, make sure I have a way to get home again. Because that is not where it should be. It should be higher than that. Alright. 1 jump pack. And the reason I'm sliding in from the passenger side every time, because there's this much room. Here's my hand between the hand and the steering wheel. There's that much room to get in on this side. Let's try it again. Alright, so we made it to the storage place. I brought my box to put in storage. I really want some lag bolts to take out of storage. Forgot my key. I can't believe I forgot my key. Every other key ring has them on it. Not this one. We did have one minor hiccup on the ride. Hopefully it doesn't do it again. We'll see. Well, we made it home. It didn't do the thing. And we definitely got it warm. I definitely didn't finish my errand. I got it home. That's the first real good run this has had since I got it back. That one little trip to the cemetery. Check it out. Let's see if we can get I can get you in there to see that. I'll do a little fancy camera finagling here. You see the motor meter? Do you see the red? Is there any red? I don't see any red. Look on the footage when I get back inside. There is something rattling. We got an issue with the steering. Gotta figure that out. And it's all over the road. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I used to have a brace. I think you can see the stud down there from the frame to the engine. to take that motion out. I'm gonna have to put that back on or make another one. We got the heater tubes are still on here. That's on my list when this whole lurching crap is over and done with. That's on my list. I heard something rattling. I don't know what it was that was rattling. I don't see anything loose. It never got hot. Fan never came on. The alternator is working. The voltage did go up. I did not need the jump pack. So that's good. Overall, good trip. I'm going to tighten that up. I do not like that. I don't know where the brace went, but it ain't there now. So if you're still here, put in the comments. Should I be calling this a hot rod? Or should I be calling it a Model T? Because it's kind of walking the line between the two. Alright, that's going to be it for this one. I'm going to do some editing. Let you have... Yeah, I think I'm going to go put the ride at the end of this video. Maybe. If you haven't already seen it, I'm going to put the whole ride at the end of this video. Uncut. I might bleep myself out because I may have sworn when I realized I didn't have the key. have one minor hiccup on the ride.